Emily, thank you. Survivors of the April storm and flooding still have time to apply for federal help. FEMA and the U.S. Small Business Administration urging homeowners, renters, and businesses in those hard-hit areas to sign up for aid before that August 31st deadline. More than $44 million already going to more than 16,000 survivors in counties including Brown, Manitowoc, Outagamie, Waupaca, and Winnebago, as well as the Oneida Nation. That money is helping with home repairs, temporary housing, and other disaster costs. FEMA individual assistance can also cover essential damage not paid by insurance, while low-interest SBA disaster loans can help fill in those gaps. If you were impacted by April flooding, you still need help, head to our website, WBAY.com, for more details on how to apply.